If you've ever had a late night idea or maybe a morning shower idea where you had the best idea ever and you wanted to know if it's got legs and if it's actually going to make you money, well, you probably went to ChatGPT or something like it to ask if there's any merit to this idea and to ask what ChatGPT thinks of your idea. Well, let me tell you, if you've done that, you've probably never gotten a negative response. Because here's the thing, ChatGPT is trained to make you feel good about yourself. So any ideas that you throw at it, it's going to tell you that it's a great idea and it's going to tell you all about why it's such a great idea and ignore all the reasons why you probably shouldn't do it. While its assessment of business ideas is a little bit skewed, I'm going to show you a better way to pressure test ideas in minutes in a way that actually makes sense. Because what you're going to do is first identify who would buy this, right? If there isn't a market for whatever your idea is, it's not going to sell. And then literally just call the customer avatar, which you can do now with AI. Call them and just ask them if this is something that they would be interested in spending money on. So let me show you how I do it using heyLevi's product playbooks. All right, so here I am in heyLevi's product playbook page. I'm going to go ahead and create a new product playbook. Now, this idea actually came from a friend of mine. She's a mom friend, and I thought she was joking when she told me that she wants to think about starting a business, which is kind of like a hotel, kind of like a place where you can book rooms and luxury villas, but they come with soundproof walls, weighted blankets, basically everything that you would need if you need to get away and just let off steam. So we're going to pressure test this idea for her and see if it has any legs at all. Don't judge it just yet. Let's see what the AI says. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to give it a description because based on this description, it's also going to suggest names for me. Let's go with one of these. Let's say it's called Hushly. Sure, why not? And this has pulled in my brand customer avatar. So this account has been built for my actual business brand, but this idea has nothing at all to do with what I actually do or what my business does. So I'm just going to delete that right there. And I'm going to tell it that anybody interested in this idea is really our target audience because I need the AI to tell me who that is. So let's do this. Anybody who needs a monthly membership where people can book private luxury rooms just to cry, scream, or rage. Comes with tissues, weighted blankets, ambient music, and zero judgment, and also soundproof walls so nobody can hear them. All right, so it's got that in there. And now I'm going to say, go ahead and create my customer avatar. All right, so let's look at the avatar that is generated here. I'm simply going to save this product playbook, even though I haven't created the rest of the market positioning and what the features of this offer is going to look like. I am going to just keep it right there. And we're going to look at the customer avatar that it created for me. Now, you can see that it's really, really detailed. We have Olivia, who, let's ignore some of these things. It's given me a demographic background that I could change or edit if I needed to. It's getting really specific here. And the parts that I really want to focus on really quick are their deepest struggles and fears. So they constantly battle feelings of being overwhelmed by everything. I just need somewhere to let it all out without someone looking at me like I'm crazy. She fears bottling up too much and worries about breaking down in front of the wrong people. I feel like this describes a lot of us. So what started off as a weird, bizarre idea, and you were probably like, no way. I mean, I can see people needing this, right? There are people like this that definitely exist. I'm like this on most days. Professionally, she's anxious about not living up to expectations, feels that everyone's watching, waiting for her to mess up. She dreads being seen as too emotional or not strong enough. See, these kind of people really need to let it out so that they can keep their composure in front of people. And personally, she struggles with not having a real escape from her own thoughts and stress. The other thing that is really interesting to look at is down here. Again, a lot of gold in here, but we're not going to spend too long on this just today. So we're going to look at what she's actually thinking about in her head so we can echo that back to her when we give her a call. So let's give her a call and see if this is something she might be interested in.
Hello? Who is this?
Hi, Olivia. My name's Shaheen, and I got your number from a common friend of ours who told me a little bit about what you do and how hard life has been lately. Is this a good time to talk?
So you got my number from a friend. And you know about my life? I'm a little busy right now, but who is this friend and what's this about?
This is one of your close friends, Emily, and she told me about how you've been finding it really hard to cope with work stress and life in general, and you've been feeling like you just need a place to let it all out. So I know that sounds really personal, but I do think I could help you if you're open to hearing me out for just about a minute.
Okay, Emily is a good friend, so I'm willing to hear you out for a minute. But seriously, I don't have a ton of time, so make it quick. What is it you think you can do for me?
Absolutely. So mental health is such an important thing these days, and I don't think a lot of people really understand the struggle that a lot of us have when it comes to something like that. So what I have is it's a luxury villa where you'll be able to go anytime you need to. It comes with music and weighted blankets and soundproof walls where you would be really, really safe, and it would be a safe space for you to let off steam, cry into a pillow, punch the wall if you need to, and come back feeling so much more like yourself so that you have a better version of yourself to present to the world. What do you think?
Okay, a luxury villa with soundproof walls. Look, I appreciate you trying to help, but that sounds a little over the top for me. I'm not sure I need a whole villa to deal with some stress. Is that the only solution you have?
Yeah, it's not a whole villa. It's actually a room that you can book whenever you need to. It's a monthly membership and you always know that it's there. So whenever life gets too overwhelming and you just need a safe space where you can be loud or cry or let it all out, you know that you'd have that room to go to and do exactly that.
Okay, a room that I can book. That sounds a bit more reasonable. What's the catch? How much does this monthly membership cost?
Well, we're still in beta, so you would get it for a great price right now. The pricing is going to be $60 to $80 per month. And again, you can book it whenever you need to.
$60 to $80 a month? That's actually not as bad as I thought. What's included in the membership? And are there any hidden fees or cancellation policies I should know about?
Yeah, so food and drink would not be included. That would be based on anything that you want to order while you're there. The options are definitely there, but you could carry your own stuff as well. What it comes with are luxury rooms where you can have weighted blankets, ambient music, and really just be left alone to get it all out of your system.
Okay, so no food or drink included, but the weighted blankets and ambient music sound nice. What about cancellation? If I sign up and decide it's not for me, am I stuck paying for months?
No, it's month to month, and there's no, you're not locked in at all, so you can cancel whenever you need to.
Okay, that's good to know. Month to month with no lock in. I have to admit, this is sounding more appealing. Tell me, since you mentioned beta pricing, what would the monthly cost be for me if I signed up today?
If you signed up today, that is the beta pricing, which is $60 to $80 a month. It's eventually going to be $250 to $300 a month. But because we are in beta pricing right now, you're getting a special of $60 to $80.
Okay, so it's $60 to $80 now, but it'll jump to $250 to $300 later?
Exactly.
When does the beta pricing end?
It ends at the end of this month, actually. So not a lot of slots and not a lot of time left, unfortunately.
Okay, end of the month. So if I signed up today, I'd get the lower price locked in even after the beta ends?
Correct.
All right, I'm almost convinced. Just one last question. What makes your rooms different from, say, just going to a regular therapist or screaming in my car? What's the unique value here?
You could probably scream into your car and be heard. So I think you'd have to find a really remote place, which may not be the safest thing to do, especially if you're a woman. And these rooms are completely soundproof and they're in a very central location in the city. So you're not out in the boondocks, and you're safe.
Okay, that's fair. Safety and convenience are definitely pluses. And what about therapy?
No therapy included. This is just a place for you to be alone and with your thoughts.
All right. You've convinced me. I'm ready to sign up. What do I need to do next?
All right, we're going to cut it off there. You can go on for a while and basically ask her what she wants to see in this membership, or even if she would pay something like $250 to $300, or if she's only booking because of the low price. Now, quite honestly, I don't think you can do real estate and look for memberships at 60 to 80, which is why I said 250 to 300, because if you really want to think long term, and if this is an idea that you're actually thinking about launching, you're going to have a lot in real estate costs that you aren't going to be able to cover, even with a large volume of 60 to $80 a month paying members. So with that, I could have asked her all those questions. I would actually do it, but I'm going to keep this video really short because I wanted to show you the power of taking an idea that sounds really bizarre and actually finding people who might be willing to buy it and figuring out what they'd be willing to buy and what their questions and objections would be. And then before you even launch it, now you know what the objections would be. Now you know exactly who you want to talk to, where you're going to find them. This has given me everything from her demographic background to where she shops, buying behavior, lifestyle, values, and now I can figure out where I can find this girl too. So not exactly this girl, that was an AI, but people like her. So again, let me know if you thought that was a completely bizarre idea or if you believe that there may be legs to this one.